Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we'll be going over 2018's best and worst Bouteille, also known as Yady or Nady. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast that shit away because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Not gonna lie, the bitch is very tired, it is quite late, but I've wanted to film this for like a month and there's no better time than now. Grab yourself some tea, maybe a little lube, definitely a snack dick, does count it as low in carbs and high in protein. Because this is probably gonna be a long ass video, we do have a lot to talk about, but I will try my hardest to make haste. So the way that I like to do these videos is kind of in the style of my homegirl Thriftic. Love you, bitch. But we're gonna start with the worst products, then onto the meh category, and finish up with the best products of the year. So these really aren't in any order, but I will say the worst of the worst products I shamelessly returned. There was no guilt whatsoever when I sent this shit back. You probably know what I'm talking about. If you guessed Crayola Beauty, bitch, you are correct. That was the worst plight of bullfuckery that I've ever experienced in my entire fucking life. Oh no, my Norvina palette! Oh no, they broke! That's okay, I can come back to these in a minute. Anyway, I ordered like $200 worth of Crayola Beauty products to test for a review. Literally none of it worked. In fact, the highlighter stick that I got had a really sharp shard of plastic in it. Like, I'm all down to cut a bitch, but when it comes to me and highlighter, you do not fuck with me. Honestly and sadly, that entire collection was just a major shit show from start to finish. I'm just so surprised that like a multi-billion-dollar company came out with such low quality stuff. I'm very okay with not having it in my collection. By far the worst product that we tested this year. Next up, we have a palette that I'm not even sad that it broke. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, and yes, if you're wondering, I will be able to repress this shit, don't worry. But it's not like this palette is bad quality at all, it's actually really good quality. It's just that this bitch was so fucking overhyped that by the time I got it, I was already over it. Like, I love Norvina, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills as a brand, but when I saw this was coming out, because it's purple, I thought that it was gonna have more than one fucking purple in it. Like, it has one lavender matte in it and kind of like a pinky purple duochrome. The rest is literally the same thing that you get in every other Anastasia palette. Like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the quality, it's just their marketing really turned me off with this thing. And unfortunately, sometimes marketing is just as important, if not even more important than the actual product. But yes, the quality is great, have no fear, I will repress it, but if this were my child, I would probably love it the least. God, I'd be a bad parent. Next up, we have the Jeffree Star lip liners. Honestly, I wanted to love these, but these bitches let me down more than finding out Dan Radcliffe's bulge was fake and Swiss Army Man. I tried so hard with these, but they're just way too waxy to use on my lips. They turn them really nasty feeling. On the waterline, they're fan-fucking-tastic, but that is way too much money to spend for something that I can only place on the waterline. Normally, I love Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but for me, these were just a big no. So too was the infamous Booty Blender foundation. There was so much drama around this foundation. Like, so much. Truthfully, I've used this like 5 times, and in the end, I end up removing it because it just doesn't look good on my skin. Like, it looks cakey, it looks dry. It's just not a good foundation for me. And I'm all for unique packaging, but when it comes to this is so fucking messy. Like, I love what they were trying to do where it's shaped like a beauty blender where you just pump it and you can swipe it up, but it doesn't really work that great. Obviously, she is a messy hoe, which just means I have to store it in this box, which is extra storage, and I don't even know why I still have this. I love Beauty Blender. They changed the entire game for how the world applies makeup, and I'm really excited to see what they come out with next, but this to me was just a total flop. I know so many people love that foundation, that is fabulous that you can make it work, but it just doesn't work for me. What also really didn't work for me was this Crayola Beauty palette, and this bitch is so pretty. Like, this palette to me is a dream. The quality is banging, the colors are amazing, but when I used this, my eyes got so fucking swollen. And I'm pretty sure the culprit is this purple right here, but I had a really bad reaction. Like, my eyes were burnt, they were so puffy like I'd taken a load to the eye, which I would have much rather had that be the situation. And so because I'm clearly allergic to something in here, I can't use it. And oddly enough, quite a few people actually had very similar reactions, so I love the palette, it's just something in here I can't fuck with. Therefore, unfortunately, you must be on my least fave list. And our second to last product on the worst list, for some reason I actually wasn't that surprised that it was so terrible. It was like I was expecting it to be bad, and then when it was, I was like, eh. But that is the Too Faced White Peach palette. I know this did kind of get mixed reviews, but I feel like for the most part, people really didn't like this. Oh my god. It smells like the ass of a unicorn. Really, is that supposed to smell like peaches? I don't get it. Anyway, the quality of this just wasn't that great, and normally I really like Too Faced palettes, but this last year was not a good one for them. It's boring, the pigmentation wasn't that great, I'm pretty sure it was kind of splotchy. It was really powdery and kind of dusty, almost like chalk. And really the best part of this whole palette is the packaging. Like, that shit is pretty. And to me, that's just really sad when this beats this. I think I've used it like 4 times, and each time I'm like, why the fuck do I still have this? I'm sorry, Too Faced, but no. And once again, Too Faced, I'm also sorry about this. Oh, this was another one of those products that was so fucking hyped up. And then when it actually launched, I'm pretty sure 99% 90% of people were very let down. This is the Too Faced 20-year palette. We waited 20 damn years for a fucking flop. This queen is messy. Her titties are falling out all over the place. She has just fucked hair. She is not doing that great, honey. But these shadows are glued in so wonkily. They are so uneven. We basically get the same thing twice. I don't know what to say about this palette. Like, in theory, it was a good idea, but the execution was just a fail. Some of the colors, though, are absolutely gorgeous. Like this purple and blue, those are stunning. And I am not a size queen, but this bitch is massive. Like, I have to prop this up like this on my shelf because it takes up so much space. The quality, it's alright, but the colors are just so uninspired. The packaging makes this really difficult to work with, and honestly, I never want to reach for it. I love the sparkliness of this, and honestly, if it were half the size, I would be way happier with it. Even if it meant getting half the number of shadows, I would still be okay with that. But this little hooker is just so big, the colors are blah, I'm not in love. Oh my, we're getting through this a little bit quicker than I thought. Let's move on to our next category, which is meh. And we are starting this bitch off with the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost and the Liquid Glow. I personally don't love glitter. That is totally a personal preference. A lot of people do, so they probably love these. But the Liquid Frost, I think, is so fucking beautiful on the skin, even under makeup. When you put it under your foundation, it does add quite a bit of sparkle, so if you're gonna use flash photography, you're gonna look like a fucking disco ball. But if you're going to a beach or doing like a photo shoot, if you put this on your body, oh my god, the glow is unreal. Unfortunately, though, you can't really use it over makeup because it will remove whatever you're laying it over. But I don't really think they were necessarily made for the face. I'm pretty sure they were more for the body. And then Jeffree Star Supreme Frost, it's not that I dislike these, it's just the glitter factor is beyond. Like under this lighting, when I apply this to my cheekbone, it looks so fucking beautiful. But then under different lighting, like my kitchen or my bathroom, it looks like Kesha took a shit on my face. There is glitter everywhere. Somehow it's in my hair, it's on my socks, it's on my knuckles, and I have no fucking clue how it got there. But if you like glitter, you will love these. I think they look fabulous on the eyes, which is mainly where I use these. And I love the fact that these come in unique shades. I am so down to fuck with unique highlighters. What I'm also down to fuck with, but really don't want a relationship with, is Milani's Conceal and Perfect. I actually have this on right now, and I really like the way this looks. It was gonna be in my worst category, but after today, I really do like it. But it is a little bit heavy on my skin. Even if I apply a thin layer, it still kind of makes me feel like I'm gonna break out, which is why it's not my favorites category, but for shorter stints like this where I'm just filming for a few hours, I love it. This shade that I'm wearing is 02 Natural, which is a little bit on the yellow side, but I feel like it works. And I wouldn't say that it's necessarily full coverage, more like light to medium, because I do have a few little demon monsters right there from my wiener dog licking me, and this didn't cover it up. I really don't mind still having a few flaws on my face, and I'm pretty sure you could like double or triple this up without it looking too cakey. But for me, because I don't really have oily skin, this does kind of make me look like a slice of cake pretty quickly. And here we have a product that one of my fabulous subscribers was so sweet and sent to me. I have had so many people requesting that I tried this, and so I finally broke down and tried it. And that, my gorgeous friends, is Lip Sense. It's not like this product was bad. It definitely had its purposes, like for blowjobs. Maybe if you work long shifts, or if you work long shifts giving blowjobs, then this is great. But for me, it was so damn uncomfortable. The color is gorgeous though. This is blue-red. It's so pretty, but so uncomfortable, and the ingredients really concern me. Like, this almost feels like a lip plumper mixed with bleach, and the fact that it has a shaker in there like a paint can makes me think that this might actually be paint. Oh my god, and the smell, it is awful. A lot of people though swear by this stuff. If you love it, more power to you. I am not judging you. And I will admit, if I did have a really long event to go to, like a meet and greet or something, then I would totally reach for this. I'm pretty sure the only way to get this shit off is with steel wool or with the remover that it comes with. It's really pretty, it's really hardy, but the shit scares me. What also scares me is the pigmentation on this Melt Cosmetics Smoke Session palette. Like, oh my god. This little bitch should be in my faves category, but the pigmentation is literally too much. Like, I know some of you are probably saying, you are so full of shit, there's no such thing, but there is such a thing. The colors are so beautiful, the shadows are soft, they're so rich and buttery. It's not the most versatile palette, but not every queen loves a versatile bitch. But the pigmentation to the only two mattes that you get is so much that it's actually difficult to work with. Like, I never really know how much I'm picking up because literally the difference in that and that is huge. And look at how much fucking shadow went on that thing. Normally, I love the shit out of super pigmented shadows, but this, it's just a bit much and makes it really difficult for me to work with. The shimmers, though, I have no complaints about whatsoever. They're super rich, super buttery. I love them. And believe it or not, what I also love is dick. No, I'm totally joking. Well, I mean, I'm not. But what I was going to say is I also love this Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess palette. The quality on this, if you've never tried one of their products, is actually really fucking great. They blend out like a wet dream. They apply magnificently. And the only reason it's in my meh category is because of these colors. Honey, can we talk about this? The last fucking thing this world needs is another goddamn nude palette. I don't care what you think about Manny or how cute I think he is. This is boring as shit. Like, I don't mean to offend or be a bitch, but somebody who has this good a formula could spice things up a little bit. I mean, honey, this is the missionary position of palettes. It could not get much more vanilla. Like I said though, the quality is beautiful. You can definitely create a few good looks with this, but this is coming right after a beautiful palette that had bright ass colors in it. And she do gotta say that the packaging is fucking stunning. This for me was such a big missed opportunity. The Greek goddesses were so full of life and color, and so to come out with a nude palette but slap vibrant names on there, that's like a big old dick slap in the face. Lack of color aside though, the palette is very good. It's great quality. The packaging is marvelous. I really can't knock it other than for what I already said. What I can knock though is this beautiful mess right here. This had the potential to be so beautiful, but from the beginning, it was kind of a shit show. This was delayed because there was inconsistencies, and then when it did come out, there was even more inconsistencies. I really like the concept of these, and the color stories are so pretty, but in the same time, these weren't in Jacqueline's original palette for a reason, and so I kind of feel like I paid a good bit of money for second best products. And it's not like all of these shadows or palettes are duds. Some of them are fucking gorgeous, but sadly with this, it just felt like there was more negatives than there were positives. I do still dip into this sometimes. It's not like I hate this collection, but really I was just expecting a little bit more. And same goes for this Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This shit was hyped the fuck up. And then when I got it, I was so disappointed. Not only because this looks and feels like a cheap DVD case from Blockbuster, but the colors are just so boring. I mean, it is versatile, but it just doesn't speak to me for some reason. And I get that a lot of people could use this, but the shadows themselves were actually really inconsistent. Like, some of them were patchy, some of them were chalky, and for the price that I paid for this thing, I wish they had worked more on the formula rather than having a bunch of shades in here. The packaging though, I get it, it's hardy so that you can just throw it in your bag and travel with it, but you can also have hardy and pretty, and this is definitely not pretty. It's very cheesy. I love a lot of Urban Decay products, but this bitch did not make my pants tight. And we are on to my favorite category, the Yas products. And to kick this category off, I'm sure this will come as no surprise to anyone, but we are starting with the Blood Sugar palette and the Alien palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the shit out of this Alien packaging. It's just so flimsy and kind of cumbersome, but the shadows themselves are so good. It has a nice big mirror on it, which I've honestly never used, but the colors are gorgeous and unique. This definitely, for me at least, is not an everyday palette, but that's not to say you couldn't use it as an everyday palette. Like, it definitely has its fair share of nudes. Not that your everyday look has to be with nudes. I mean, bitch, be bold. But this palette definitely inspires me to be a little bit more creative with my looks. In the Blood Sugar palette, it doesn't necessarily make me feel creative, but you can definitely get a lot of beautiful, bold looks with this. Not to mention the blendability and pigmentation on this little bitch is out of this world. Even though this is just another pink and red palette, there's something different about it. Like, this is the one that I reach for. This bitch probably has like 20 or 30 different red palettes, but this is the one that I always grab. I don't know if it's the packaging or the color or the quality, but this is totally one of my all-time favorite palettes. Like, this little bitch is standing up there next to my Pat McGrath palettes. Like, you go, honey, you are doing good. And speaking of Pat McGrath, I actually have quite a few of her palettes, but I'm too scared to use them because they're so expensive and beautiful. So I'm including the only product of hers that I currently have that I've actually used, which is her lip gloss, specifically in the shade Blood 2. And truthfully, when I first tried these, I did not love them. Like, first of all, the damn thing is broke, and this bitch was like 40 bucks. In fact, I ended up returning the other one that I had, but keeping this one, and that's only because when I put this over darker lipsticks like browns or deep reds, this looks so good. Like, I am all about that deep, dark, bloody looking lip, and this gives me exactly what I want. It smells good, she tastes amazing, it wears for so freaking long, and it doesn't really disrupt what's underneath it. Like, a lot of glosses just dissolve whatever lipstick is underneath it, but this more sits on top of it. And it's not like this is a perfect lip gloss, but for somebody who absolutely hates lip glosses, I really like this. I also really like this little baby right here, which is odd because it's pretty much the same thing as that Norvina palette, just with different packaging, but something about this palette just makes me wet my pants every fucking time that I use it. It is such good quality, the colors are gorgeous, it's not splotchy, it's super consistent. I really don't have that many complaints about it. I think the only thing that actually annoys me about this palette is you can't really use more than 2 of the mattes, otherwise it starts to look super muddy. But this is also one of those kinds of palettes where you can use 1 matte and 1 shimmer and you will look glam as fuck, which ultimately means this bitch will last longer, saving me money, so I am happy. And I'm not gonna lie, even I myself am a little shocked with this next palette. I don't understand why the hell I love it so much, but I reach for it so frequently, and that is the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette. I'm sure some of you are like, but you literally just shit-talked Manny for having a nude palette, and the only way I can justify that is because this is literally supposed to be a nude palette. I don't know what the difference is, but this palette I've reached for so many times. The quality is pretty much the exact same. I think it's just the theme behind it. I love it. I totally recommend it. If you're looking for a good nude palette, go with this or Manny's palette, or even that Anastasia palette. They're all really good quality. And I don't have them around me, but her lipsticks are really, really good too, but for some reason they've got like an oily residue on the outside. Don't know what the fuck is up with that. But moving on, we have one of my favorite makeup applicators, that is the Peony Sponge. Oh my goodness, I remember when these little bitches came out. It took approximately 3 minutes for my video to become demonetized. Still though, this is a really good makeup sponge. I use it all the damn time. I have no idea if these are still around. This was in the Sephora C seashell collection or some shit like that. Apparently this is supposed to be a seashell and not an uncircumcised wrinkly penis. I still see it as a peenie and I'm perfectly fine with that. And I don't mind blending out my current favorite concealer with it. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, specifically in the shade Vanilla. I'm pretty sure I use this in every fucking video. Y'all are probably so sick of me talking about this. But for some reason, this just really works with me. It does still crease on my skin. I have yet to find a concealer that doesn't crease on me, but this does crease the least on me and it blends out so seamlessly. This is not full coverage, it's more like medium coverage, and I'm sure you could layer it up, but honestly, I don't mind when concealers aren't full coverage because that shows you do still have flaws and it makes it less obvious that you're wearing makeup. I mean, clearly I'm wearing makeup, but it just helps me look a little bit more naturally healthy. And I would probably be shot if I didn't include a product from this brand. Fortunately, I love the shit out of these, and that is the Fenty lipstick. Not the bullet style lipstick, I hate those. The lipstick formula, oh my god, this is probably my favorite lipstick in the entire world. In fact, I'm wearing it right now with a little lip gloss on. Oh my god, it's so comfortable. The colors, I honestly don't love them all. Like the brown one, it looks weird and green on me, but these two I love. This is the OG Uncensored, so beautiful, and this is one of the newer ones on Cuff. From the applicator to the formula to the color to the wear time, like there is nothing bad about this product. I'll be a cheap ass bitch till death, but holy shit, I am definitely okay with paying the price for these. Just sign me the fuck up, I will take one of every color. I'm also pretty fucking obsessed with this little baby right here. This is the Misfit Beauty Stranger Things palette. Oh my god, talk about amazing quality, like stellar, out of this world, like beyond anything I've ever used. This indie brand has stolen my heart. Like all of this is totally handmade, like this is stuck on by hand, and when I reviewed this palette, I was so freaking happy because they almost instantly sold out. I have no idea if they have any palettes left, but like this pigmentation is so good. This blows so many large professional global companies out of the water. Like this quality is something that a lot of brands should take note of. I love the concept. I love that there's beautiful bold colors in there. I really have no complaints about this. And finally, we have hit the last product. This is actually my all-time favorite product of the year. I've been using this shit non-stop in almost every video that I've filmed. I've used it on so many of my friends, on clients. It is so good. It is a little bit expensive. I'm pretty sure it's around 40 bucks, but you actually get twice as much product as you do with other brands. And that, my sweet friends, is the Dior Backstage Foundation. Oh my god, I could fucking bathe in this. I have never seen or used a foundation that's more universal or flattering to everybody than this. Like, I've used this on people with oily skin, dry skin, normal skin like myself, and it just looks so damn good. You can use it anywhere on the body, on the face. It won't melt off. Like, it just clings to your skin so nicely. Like I said, this product is a little bit spendy. I'm pretty sure it's over 40 bucks. Oh my god, I could buy so many sex toys with that. But even so, I would still rather have this than any sex toy. I have nothing bad to say about this foundation. I totally recommend it to absolutely anyone. I'm not on their PR list. I totally bought this with my own money. I mean, if I had this shit in every fucking shade, I would do so many people's makeup. Oh my god. But there's no way in fuck that I could ever afford to buy every shade, so for now I have this one and I love it. Oh, and I do want to mention a few products that I use like on a regular basis, and that is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I love this so much. I've used it on so many people. There really isn't anybody that this doesn't look good on. Also, Forever Luxe Lashes. I was introduced to them a few years ago and they did a sponsorship with me and it just stuck. Like, these are my bitches. I'm not sponsored by them anymore. I buy their lashes myself, but oh my god, the quality is fabulous. Also, we have Laura Geller's Baked Blush and the CoverGirl Chocoholic Bronzer. These two together are like an orgasm on the face. Plus, this smells like a chocolate bar and that smell lasts all freaking day. I love it. And there we go. Holy shit, that took a long ass time. But I'm so excited to see what this next year brings for the makeup world, not only with my own products, but just as a whole. I can't freaking wait. So there we go. Thank you all so much for making 2018 such a monumental year for me. Like, I expanded my company. Poplix has gone completely global. We're moving to a factory. Our little YouTube family has grown by 50,000 subscribers. Poplix has somehow managed to end up in almost every major news publication. I've met so many beautiful people, gotten rid of even more toxic people, gained and lost like 10 pounds, and found the restraint within myself to not throw my cat out the window despite the fact that she ate my Beats headphone cord. I just can't thank you all enough for all the support, for always being there, for being my friends, my family. This video that you're watching, these cosmetics that I was able to purchase to review, the Poplix cosmetics that are now in every fucking country, would never have been able to happen without you. And so from the deepest, happiest, most joyful part of my heart, I thank you so much. I wish all of you a beautiful, positive, happy year filled with so much kindness, love, and success. This is going to be such a beautiful year for the world. I can just feel it in my testicles. So my lovelies, with that being said, I will bid you adieu. Thank you so much for sticking around. I love you all so freaking much. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplix.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, Let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplix.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.